Good afternoon, welcome to Art Palm Beach. My name is Mark Borghi. I'm a gallerist from New York. Been in the business for 40 years. This is our first time exhibiting here at Art Palm Beach. We primarily work in what's referred to as post-war and contemporary art, meaning war created after World War II up until the present. And over our left shoulder, my left shoulder, what's referred to as a subway drawing that was done by the artist Keith Haring. From 1982 to 1985, Keith Haring would go into the subways overnight and do these drawings. They lasted maybe a day or two because it was in New York in the 80s. This was graffiti. And it was actually a crime, and he was arrested multiple times for doing this, if you can imagine. So it's unusual to actually see one today. There were people who would go down and pull them off the walls. Behind me as well are some small works by Keith Haring as well, but this is our big main work by the artist. So continuing that theme of New York in the 80s and Keith Haring, again over my left shoulder is a work by Andy Warhol. And this work shows the drawings of an artist named Jean-Michel Basquiat. Now Basquiat, like Haring, began his career as a graffiti artist in New York. He went on further to produce what's considered more fine art paintings and drawings. This particular work, as I just mentioned, is Basquiat, except Warhol took the drawing and created a large screen print of it. So even though the underlying art is in fact by Basquiat, it's also considered an Andy Warhol, even though he just did the screen of it. So it's this moment in New York in the 80s. This particular work was done in 1987, and kind of emblematic of that period in the city. So here we are with our final painting of this particular moment. This is a work by James Rosenquist. This is the beginning of pop art done in 1962. It's called Between the Eyes. James Rosenquist is an incredibly important pop artist in that moment. If you ever get to New York and go to the Museum the Museum of Modern Art, please make sure to go see his F-111, which was painted in 1964. The painting is, if I remember correctly, 60 feet long and wraps around an entire room. So in closing, this kind of gives you a brief overview of what we do here at Mark Borghi. If you're interested in that type of art, please do come visit us at either our Instagram, which is @MarkBorghi, or we'll be opening a new gallery in Chelsea this spring in March, which we'll announce via our website, which is www.markborghi.com.